Hello everyone. Once again, I welcome you all for the course on refrigeration and air conditioning with a new topic, lithium bromide water absorption system. In this present lecture, I shall discuss absorption system based on lithium bromide and water. At the end of this video, you should be able to explain the basic principles of water lithium bromide absorption system. Vapor absorption refrigeration system belong to the class of vapor cycles similar to the vapor compression refrigeration systems. However, unlike vapor compression systems, the required input to the absorption system is in the form of heat. Hence, these systems are also called as heat operated or thermal energy driven refrigeration systems. Since conventional absorption systems use liquids for absorption of refrigerant, these are also sometimes called as wet absorption refrigeration systems. I already told you that in my previous videos, we are going to discuss three types of vapor absorption systems, namely aqua ammonia absorption system, lithium bromide water absorption system, three fluids absorption system. The three fluid absorption systems also known as Platen-Munder absorption system. As this name indicates, these three fluid systems uses three fluids for its operation. The first two systems uses only two fluids. In aqua ammonia absorption system, ammonia act as refrigerant and water act as absorber. In lithium bromide water absorption systems, water act as refrigerant and lithium bromide act as absorber. Kindly note that in aqua ammonia absorption system, water act as absorber, the same factor act as refrigerant in case of lithium bromide water absorption system. Because of water is acting as a refrigerant, these lithium bromide water absorption systems generally used for air conditioning purposes, not for refrigeration purpose. However, this aqua ammonia system can be operated for refrigeration as well as air conditioning purpose. These lithium bromide water absorption systems are extensively used in large capacity air conditioning systems. You remember this? This is used only for the air conditioning, not for refrigerations. In these type of systems, water is used as refrigerant and lithium bromide is used as absorbent. Since water is the refrigerant, it is not possible to provide refrigeration at sub-zero temperatures. As a result, these systems are used in applications where the refrigeration temperature is above 0 degrees centigrade. So, in this system, water acts as refrigerant, hence it can't be used to provide refrigeration at sub-zero temperatures. This water lithium bromide system can be classified into two categories: single stage or single effect systems and multi-stage or multi-effect systems. This single stage system operate under two pressures, one corresponding to the high pressure side and other for low pressure side, similar to the vapor compression system. In water lithium bromide system, the high pressure side consists of condenser and generator, and the low pressure side consists of evaporator and absorber. This single stage or single effect system further classified into twin drum system or single drum system. This figure shows a commercial single stage twin drum type water lithium bromide system. Since evaporator and absorber operates at the same pressure, they can be housed in a single drum. Similarly, generator and condenser can be placed in another vessel, as these two components operate under a single pressure. Thus, a twin drum system consists of two vessels operating at high and low pressures. This vessel operates at high pressure this vessel operates at low pressure. This figure shows a commercial single stage, single drum type water lithium bromide system. In this system, all the four components, absorber, evaporator, condenser and a generator, are housed in the same vessel. The vessel is divided into high and low pressure sides by using this diagram. So this is the high pressure side, these are low pressure sides, and these two sides are separated by a diagram. Now I am going to explain the working principle of lithium bromide water system using this simple schematic diagram. Let me first explain the system and what are the components in it. You have four basic components: an absorber and a generator, a condenser and evaporator. In addition to that, you also have a refrigeration expanding valve and a solution expanding valve here, and a solution heat exchanger, which, as you know, it is used for improving the performance of the system. In addition to these equipments and valves, we also use a solution pump here. I have told in my previous lectures, the compressor in a vapor compression system is absent in the absorption system. The pump is the only component which is having a moving part. Hence, the noise generated by this absorption system is less compared to this vapor compression system. And this absorption system not purely works on the heat, it also need little bit mechanical work to run this pump. So this system is not purely absorption system. This lithium bromide water absorption system or aqua ammonia absorption systems are conventional absorption systems, not purely vapor absorption systems, as they required at least minimum mechanical work to operate this solution pump. Now let's discuss the working principle of lithium bromide and water absorption system. Let's begin at this point, which is the exit of the evaporator. At the exit of the evaporator, as you know, you have low pressure, low temperature refrigerant vapor. This low pressure, low temperature refrigerant vapor enters into an absorber where it comes in contact with a strong solution. This strong solution is coming from this generator. Again, you have to remember one important point. In aqua ammonia system, strong solution means water with high concentration of ammonia vapor. The weak solution is the one which is having water with less concentration of ammonia. In this case, the absorber is lithium bromide, and lithium bromide with more water is known as weak solution, and lithium bromide with less water concentration is known as strong solution. That means the solution coming from the generator through this pipeline is having less concentration of water, and this strong solution, that is more concentration of lithium bromide and less concentration of water, has affinity for the water vapor, and the water vapor gets absorbed here, and what forms here is a weak solution, because this strong solution absorbed this water vapor and becomes the weak solution. And this process, as you know, is a exothermic. Exothermic means heat is released during this absorption. That heat is released means this heat is added in this drum, that means temperature pressure will increase. To avoid it, that heat must be absorbed or sent out from this drum. For that, this cooling coil is used. This cooling coil absorbs the heat produced by this absorption process. So the temperature and pressure, low pressure is maintained in the drum. So heat is released during this absorption process, and this released heat is taken out by this circulating cooling water through this cooling coil. So during this absorption process, the weak solution is formed here. This weak solution at low pressure and low temperature is pumped using the solution pump, and this solution pump increases the pressure of the solution, and this high pressure solution now flows through the solution heat exchanger, where it exchanges heat with the hot solution coming from this generator, and this weak solution becomes hot, and this hot weak solution enters into the generator. In the generator, you have to supply heat. This heat can be supplied in wide variety of ways, such as like using the electric heater, kerosene or solar heater, etc. This system is well suited for solar energy. So solar energy is used as a heat source, then we can run this type of system in order to provide solar cooling. You remember one point, normally a solar energy is used for heating the systems, but here with the help of absorption system, the same solar energy can also be used for cooling purpose. So when you are supplying heat to this weak solution, vapor is generated, and this vapor flows into the condenser. In the condenser, the vapor comes in contact with the cooling water coils, and the vapor condenses. Since condensation again an exothermic process where heat has to be taken out, so this cooling water takes the heat of condensation out of the system. So what you have here is a pure water in liquid form, still at high pressure. So the pressure has to be reduced. So this water flows through this refrigerant expansion valve, where it undergoes pressure drop, and this low pressure water is now sprayed in the evaporator, and this water gets evaporated by absorbing the heat from this evaporator coil. That means the water is pumped through this evaporator. This water loses the heat to this low pressure water coming from this condenser, and this low pressure water gets vaporized, and this evaporator water, the water inside the evaporator, gives the heat to this water, hence the temperature of this evaporator water is reduced. So this cold water we are getting here. Actually this is our refrigeration effect, and to get this cooling water, cold water, we are running this plant. The water from the condenser has low pressure at this point, so it can absorb more heat. So the water exit from this evaporator coil is cooled generally 5 degree to 6 degrees, and this 5 degree cooled water is used for chilling the air in the air conditioning plants. That is, this water is used in the cooling towers to chill the air which is from the air conditioned space. So the purpose of this lithium bromide water absorption system is to cool the water which is going to be used in the chilling plants. That's why it may be called as chilling water. At the exit of the evaporator, the cooled water sometimes called as chilling waters. Generally this temperature is around 5 degrees centigrade. We are running this system to get this 5 degrees centigrade water here. Now the water from this condenser absorbs the heat from the evaporator water and gets vaporized, and this water vapor goes through to the absorber, and thus the refrigerant cycle is completed. This is the working principle of lithium bromide water system. And this solution is concerned, you remember that at the exit of the generator you have strong solution. That means the lithium bromide with less concentration of water. That means solution that is rich in lithium bromide, it has high pressure and it's hot. Now it flows through this heat exchanger again, where it exchanges heat with the weak solution which is coming through this pipeline, and this strong solution temperature reduces. Since it is still at high pressure, it is expanded through a device the solution expansion device and its pressure reduces, and due to this pressure drops, this strong solution absorbs water vapor. That's all about. Thank you for watching this video.